This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Hour, and we had a little problem coming out of turn number 2. That was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in that number 99.
Yeah, trying to make his first ever Daytona start in that Roush Fenway K&N Ford's Fusion, and unfortunately got a little bit loose coming off too, and Kenny's car, the 52 of Bill Baird, came along with absolutely nowhere to go.
Middle in that number 75, you see him wiggling around. These cars look to be a handful for these drivers today.
See Mario Gosling move by on the inside of J.R. Hefner. Ooh, there's some contact right there.
Allie Owens in the 12 gets turned around. There's some contact as they came through the tri-oval. She is going to slide into the grass. Doesn't look like she'll touch anything there. That will bring out caution number 1 here at Daytona.
What happens when these things get to wobbling? She got pushed down a little bit, which made her go back up a little bit. And then when she got back up, she got into that black car, and then that's it.
But it's nice to know all that asphalt's down there, isn't it, Kenny? You don't want those cars sliding through the grass as much. That asphalt really helps keep these cars on the ground.
They slow down on the asphalt. They don't slow down at all on the grass.
You see the contact right there with the J.R. Hefner car, the 39. Remember, she's running 180 miles an hour when she starts that spin. Hey, that's Landon Castle, the 88 Stanley car on the outside out of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. stables.
Smaller pack breaking out onto the tri-oval here than we've seen.
Whoa, we got
problems. 00 Ed Kennedy gets turned around. He collects another car. That's the 25. That's the Venerini-owned number 25, driven by Ryan Fisher.
There's quite a bit of damage to that 25 car. That's more than likely going to be terminal.
Second caution comes out on lap 10, just on the restart.
Yeah, there's the Ed Kennedy number 00. The Daytona Lagoon Chevrolet. Here of Ed Kennedy get turned around. He was on the inside of another car. He makes some contact with the outside wall and then backs back across the racetrack. A lot of guys did some nice work to avoid that, but unfortunately the 25 of Ryan Fisher was not as lucky.
Trying to get out of the way, nowhere to go.
Yeah, just Ryan Fisher in the 25 just got caught in the right rear corner by Ed Kennedy coming across the racetrack. The 4 car right there, Taylor Malsom, did a real nice job avoiding that.
Daytona International Speedway. Wanted to know where Frank Kimmel was running. Well, he's still toward the back, being scored in the 28th position right now. Problems just in front of him, though. That's the 12 of Allie Owens gets turned around once again. Caution will come out again. That's the 3rd caution of the day. Second one that Allie has brought out.
Yeah, now, the only thing I know about this is when you spin twice here and don't hit anything, it's time to reevaluate your day. On the flat.
We'll be right back. We'll find out what took place with Allie when we return.
22 on the outside.
Gabby DiCarlo and Brian Scott had problems right in front of them. We see the car turned around. That's a 7 of Kyle Krisolov. He was running second before he got spun around. Oh, and problems continuing on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's Brian Silas right there. Some hard contact.
Okay, will you tell me again if my glass is half full or half empty?
I think I'm going to go with half empty on that, Ken.
Yeah.
Justin Allgaier spun out right down here, right just before the start-finish line, the 16 car. Is that Mario Gosling's car right there, the onboard camera? There's Scott Speed. Look at all the damage to that Red Bull Toyota.
Started second in this race, and he will end with 50 laps of racing to go after only 30 laps of racing. Scott Speed's day is over. Kyle Krisolov climbing out of his car. Now, we saw him sideways, and again, he was running second. We're going to be taking another look and see if there was something that took place that got him turned around. Brian Silas also involved in this one. You see the number 11 coming off the wall under his own power, but so much damage to that car, he won't make it back out.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
What took place?
We saw Gabby DiCarlo getting a little bit loose here. He had the 75 of Brian Scott behind her, and then we saw the smoke up ahead of these guys. And then they all try to take some evasive action. The 75 of Brian Scott turns around. He collects Looked like the 4-car Taylor Malsom. There's the 39, the 09, the 44. Frank Kimmel sliding through the infield. Yeah, a lot of damage to Mario Gosselin's car. Here's another view. This is a little bit closer to the front. You saw just left of your screen was the 2 of Scott Speed. We know he got considerable damage in this incident. There's a little bit of contact between Brian Scott, and then he made a little contact with that 32 car. That's Dominic Casola. There's Taylor Malsom got into the 75 of Brian Scott.
And everyone checking up, not only because of what was
in that hole that's not there. Then you see Matt Carter runs in the back of the 65 of Justin Marks. Bobby Gerhardt does a great job. Michael Annett does a great job avoiding this, and everybody else, it seems like, is involved. Frank Kimmel, that white car spinning down through the middle of the racetrack. He spins in between 2 or 3 cars. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse right at his front end. Frank's going to slide out of the way of him. Just havoc all over the racetrack.
How many cars were involved? Again, the 4th caution of the day, and now the red flag out for the Arca 200 at Daytona.
He had a little bit of piece of that accident. Side by side for the lead. There's Gerhardt on the outside.
Oh, and as Gerhardt makes his move to the high side of the racetrack, the caution has come out once again. Gerhardt trying to take over the lead. We'll take a look at the cameras, and Arca will let us know where Bobby Gerhardt was when that caution came out. You see the damage to the left rear of that number 19 of Jack Bailey and pits.
See the shot right there. There's the left rear tire going down and blowing out and doing all that damage to the bodywork there.
A lot of debris on the racetrack.
Jack does a nice job of keeping that car out of the outside wall as well as the inside wall. That's the Eddie DeHunt Toyota. They're going to run 4 or 5 races this year with Jack Bailey.
Yeah.
Under caution for the 6th time this evening. And this time it was a car that was looking very strong after he had come off of pit road. That's the 65 of Justin Marks. He was running 2nd, and problems ensued.
Stenhouse, he had a great run going, was doing a nice job, and you see the damage to that K&N Ford. There's Benny Chastain, the 54 car.
That's behind the
That's behind the accident. Looked like he cut down a right front tire and made some contact with the outside safer barrier.
He'll kind of slide into what's taking place in front of him. You see the smoke there, and that was where we'll take a look now at what took place up
at the Super Speedway here at Daytona, guys.
5 miles remaining, 2 laps here at Daytona International Speedway, and now 4 car lengths between Michael Annett and Justin Allgaier.
Those guys are staying in line, and they can't do anything with them. That's because that car is so strong. Bobby Gerhardt has a little bit of front-end damage. I think that is hampering his car right now. Justin Allgaier's doing a great job. He's staying right in Michael Annett's tire tracks, but not able to gain on him.
Unbelievable run for Michael Annett. Could he make it 2 back-to-back wins on super speedways? He won last fall at Talladega, and now looking to make it a win at Daytona. What a huge boost to this young man's career to win at these hallowed grounds, Daytona International Speedway. Now into the Tri-Oval. 1 lap of racing to go for Michael Annett.
Right now, Michael Annett would just love not to see a caution flag, because a restart will change everything. Right now, he wants to see this race go clean. They haven't been able to close up any closer than 2 or 3 car lengths on him.
Nobody has moved out of this line. Bobby Gerhardt now moves just about a half a line up as he goes into turns 1 and 2. Now onto the backstretch. Let's see who moves out to the outside to try to catch Michael Annett.
I don't know. It doesn't look like they have it. It's amazing that that 28 car is able to stay out front like that.
What a strong Toyota out of the Bill Davis stable right there from Michael Annett. Young driver, looks like he may get his 2nd Arca Remax win here early in his career.
Started in row number 2 in the 3rd spot. He's come out of turn number 4. Bobby Gerhardt moves to the outside. He's not going to be able to catch him. Michael Annett will win at Daytona.
What a super job by Michael Annett and that entire Bill Davis racing team. Win number 2, 2 restrictor plate races in a row for Michael Annett and that Bill Davis team.
21-year-old Michael Annett out of Des Moines, Iowa, capturing the Talladega title and now the Daytona title. The Arca 200 goes to Michael Annett. He gets congratulated by Justin Allgaier. He finishes 2nd, Bill Baird in 3rd. 4th, Bobby Gerhardt. Frank Kimmel rounds out our top 5.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.